How do I include passive income like dividends, real estate, business, or retirement pensions into my FIRE number? This is a question I get a lot when it comes to calculating your FIRE number. Now, the common misconception about passive income is that you don't need to do anything, and that's simply not true. For the dividend income I receive now, I had to work to earn money to invest in stocks that pay dividends. For the rental properties you own, you need to make a down payment and fix your property before you generate cash flow from renting it out, right? I'm earning money from YouTube because I put a lot of hard work into my videos to get monetized, and it took me over a year for my videos to generate passive business income. For a retirement pension, you still have to give 10, 15, or 20 years of your life to work to get that passive retirement income. So passive income still involves work, but you just have to do a lot of work up front. If you're brand new to my channel, my name is Sai and welcome. So in this video, I'm going to show you my FIRE calculator, or Financial Independence and Retire Early calculator, with additional passive income streams. You can download my FIRE calculator for free by visiting firesidechat.com/contact. You can also check out the Fireside Chat shop if you're looking to start your own YouTube channel, and I have all of my equipment at firesidechat.com/shopping. This is my FIRE calculator, and I've been using it for over a year now. If your retirement expenses will be around $100,000 a year, and with a 4% withdrawal rate, your FIRE number will be $2.5 million. The way I've been teaching is that you multiply your $100,000 in expenses by 25, and that $2.5 million are what you need to be invested in the stock market. And I also multiply the $100,000 in expenses by 3 years, and that $300,000 is what I need to set aside in an emergency fund. We only use our emergency fund when we experience a bear market, when the market drops by 15, 20, 30, or 40% in a year. The year 2022 would be a great example because the market started to crash at the beginning of the year. And let me give you an example. Let's say that the $2.5 million I have invested start to decrease to $2.2 million, $2 million, or even $1.8 million, which would be a pretty big drop due to a bear market or an economic slowdown. Then I'm going to stop withdrawing from my investment account, and instead I'm going to start using the cash that I have set aside for $300,000. The average bear market lasts anywhere between 12 and 18 months. The worst case scenario is that it takes a total of 2 years to see a recovery in the market. And once the market starts to recover, then I'm going to stop using the emergency fund. When the market becomes bullish again, then I'm going to sell some investments to make sure that the emergency fund is still fully funded to prepare for the next bear market. And now that I have my FIRE number figured out, I'm going to add my passive income streams. And these are all rough numbers, and they're all going to increase over the years. So let's say I'm going to make $25,000 a year from my military retirement. And keep in mind that these are all in gross or pre-tax income, and I'm not accounting for any cost of living adjustments, so you'll need to account for the taxes too. With $25,000 a year in military retirement, I would just need to have $1.875 million invested. And let me do the reverse math on this so you have a better understanding. 4% of $1.875 million is $75,000 a year using the 4% withdrawal rule, right? That $25,000 in pension will add up to $100,000 a year in passive income. So my emergency fund will just need to have $225,000 instead of $300,000, because I would still have $25,000 a year that will supplement that cash flow. So let's say I'm retired in 2022 and we're experiencing a bear market. I'm going to withdraw $75,000 from the emergency fund and use my pension as my supplemental income. And let me give you another example. And let's say you're close to your normal retirement age and getting ready to collect your Social Security income. You can add that to your FIRE number as well. For example, if you're looking to receive $1,500 a month in Social Security retirement benefits, that's $18,000 a year you can add to the FIRE calculator. I would recommend calculating your FIRE number at least once a year to adjust for the cost of living, or COLA. Let's say you're 30 years old and you don't want to retire until you're 62 and you have nothing invested so far. If you're looking to spend $100,000 a year in retirement and you have an $18,000 Social Security income, your FIRE number will be reduced from $2.5 million to $2.05 million. With an 8% average annual return, you'll need to invest almost $1,300 a month to achieve that FIRE number, at $2.05 million by the time you turn 62. If you don't want to wait that long, and let's say you want to retire at 55, then you'll need to invest at least $2,300 a month. You see how the numbers increase based on your age, right? What you cannot control is the stock market returns, and that's why it's always safer to invest more than what you originally planned. Let me give you another example, and this is why it's extremely important for you to create your passive income streams. If you have rental properties that generate cash flow, instead of using the gross rental income, you need to use your net rental income for your FIRE number. If you're grossing $36,000 a year in one of your rental properties, but you're actually netting $12,000 a year, then the $12,000 net income is what you need to add to the FIRE number. If you're gonna have your property paid off by the time you retire, then you should adjust your net rental income accordingly. What you shouldn't include is the equity of your rental properties, because you don't have access to that until you sell the property or take an equity line of credit, right? The common misconception about the FIRE calculator is that it's a net worth calculator, and it's not. Your net worth would be a lot higher than your FIRE number. My FIRE number is $3.7 million, then my net worth would be somewhere around $5 to $7 million, depending on the total assets and debt that I have. The combination of your passive income streams and investment accounts will be your FIRE number. The one thing you really need to figure out is your annual expenses, and take the time to go over all of your discretionary and non-discretionary expenses. What does your retirement look like to you? Are you looking to spend less or more in retirement? It's going to depend on how much money you're spending now. If you have kids, you might not need to spend as much because they're probably going to be moved out of the house by the time you retire. If you're close to your normal retirement age at 60, then you might not need to invest as much in the taxable brokerage account because you'll be eligible to withdraw from your retirement accounts at age 59 and a half. Can I retire with $1 million invested? Absolutely. If my expenses are less than $40,000 a year, then my $1 million investment is totally doable. And do I want to retire with $1 million? No, because I want my FIRE number to reach $3.7 million because my expenses will be higher. This is my personal choice, and I encourage you to use this FIRE calculator to find out where you are with your FIRE journey. If you get this withdrawal strategy down, you're gonna have an easy time calculating your FIRE number with your passive income streams every year. And if you need help with your personal finances, like budgeting, savings, or calculating your FIRE number, you can schedule a free one-on-one 20-minute financial coaching session by visiting firesidechat.com/coaching. And if you want to know more about how to get started on your FIRE journey, be sure to check out these two videos. So with that said, I appreciate you watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a good one.